day 3 here in Copenhagen. I'm Will for Eurovisionary.com, and we've had some more rehearsals from semi-final 2, their first rehearsals for many countries. First up this morning we had Austria, Conchita Wurst, one of the most talked about, most written about artists at this year's Eurovision. She performed on stage solo, standing on a podium, but the big reveal is that you see the silhouette of the female form, and then when the light appears, you see that there is something special about this performer. The vocals were very strong throughout the entire performance. The background they use is very dramatic. Use of fire in the shape of wings, just like the song suggests, rise like the phoenix. It's a really, really good performance from Conchita, straight out of the bag. First performance from her. The next one we had was Lithuania. Attention is the song. It's not changed much since what we saw on the Lithuanian national final. The use of green, just the two performers together on the stage. Valaja and her co-dancer. She's wearing her tutu again. The light show is bold, it's brave, green lights and so on. It's a bit of fun, but whether it'll qualify, that's another story. And the third one we saw today was Finland. Soft engine, of course, and something better. It's like the Kings of Leon of Finland have arrived here at the Eurovision. Something different, something good, something strong. They went through it several times, and that earthiness is in the lead singer Topi's voice throughout. I liked it very much, and we'll be keeping an eye on it for the next couple of weeks. Next to perform this afternoon was Ireland. Casey Smith, lead vocalist with Can Ling. It was a shaky start, it has to be said. They had a kind of a false start, as it were. They were counted in. The stage kind of sound was heard. The lighting came down like it should, but the song didn't begin. I think it may have thrown them. And so when they did their first run through, things were not as smooth as they could have been. Camera angles were missed. The vocals weren't as strong as they could have been. The connection between Casey and the camera wasn't really there. She was also wearing a very detailed gold dress, kind of like a gold wedding dress, that has a tail, and she wasn't very comfortable as she moved around the stage. I think it may have been just first rehearsal nerves, something that can be worked on in the coming weeks, but certainly wasn't the most ideal start for Ireland. Next up after them were Belarus and Teo with Cheesecake. It's one of the favourites for the fun factor. He is a very confident, very cool guy. He's wearing his trademark black blazer and white shirt. He is joined by 4 others who dance along with him and sing with him. I gotta say, it's a very, very competent and assured performance from him. Belarus generally do really well at the contest, and well, you know, we all love cheesecake, don't we? And then the last performance that we had in this batch was from Macedonia, To the Sky with Tiana. She certainly was looking to cause a little bit of fun with quite a racy slogan on her t-shirt, which I won't be saying right now. The performance looks like it is a little bit on the messy side at the moment, just in terms of placement of feet on the stage, lighting that's currently going on underneath them, that they're not quite hitting the marks, her and her co-performer who dances throughout. Also some of the shapes that are being thrown from her to him, not exactly as smooth and as professional and as slick as they should be. So for Macedonia, again, a little bit more work that needs to be done there. Then, of course, it was Switzerland's turn to the stage, one of the original countries, of course, from Eurovision. Seb Alter performing a great song, a really fun energy, and of course, he whistles, but he also plays the violin, and it's very sweet. And it's a 6-piece band, and I've got to say, it's one of my favourites this year, if I'm honest. I think Switzerland have a great track record at Eurovision, and I'm hoping that this one does qualify. The next then we had Greece. Quite shouty, rise up, said Freaky Fortune, and it seemed like they were, you know, bringing a lot of energy to the stage. But this year's biggest prop, I would think, is they have a massive trampoline on stage, and all three members of the band are bouncing up and down and up and down. And I've got to say, it is memorable. It is a catchy song, but the vocals do suffer, and so this is something that, yes, it was just the first performance, so potentially it's something that will need to be worked on over the next week. And then we had, oh, I think I actually can hear them performing behind me right now. And then, of course, we had Slovenia. She's wearing a blue dress. The flute is very prominent throughout the performance. The song Round and Round, of course. I heard it 3 or 4 times in the run-through. It's very pleasant, but I'm not sure that the styling and the flute necessarily work in this performance, unfortunately. And then last today, we had Romania. Paula and Ovi are back. Following their 3rd place in 2010, they have now come back to Eurovision, and this time it's a miracle. The use of a hologram or a kind of a pre-recorded image of Paula is used during this performance, so that it kind of suggests she appears on one side of the stage, and then suddenly, bang, she's on the middle of the stage with Ovi and they're singing together. Then they also use the back screens for other pre-recorded images of her. I think it's quite effective, but again, camera angles and so on will need to be worked on. They also have a very cool piano. It's in the shape of a circle, and Ovi is able to go in between and actually play. So piano had to come back after their last endeavour in Oslo 2010. That's all from today. A very busy day, and we go again on Friday. This is Will for Eurovisionary.com. Please subscribe to us here on YouTube. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and don't forget Google+. And we'll have more for you on Friday.